Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Today, I would like to present my thesis proposal. The title is The Implementation of Google for Education in Teaching Reading Narrative Text. Here's the oh, I'm sorry. Here's the background of this study. Educational technology today has a great influence and contribution to the world of education and affects the order of human life. It is interesting to note that children's interaction outside of school are in contact with the world of technology, especially information technology, in which various information is presented neatly that is ready to be accessed by children anytime and anywhere. Moreover, 2020 becomes history around the world because COVID-19, which is declared as a global pandemic. The extraordinary and very fast spread of COVID-19 has had a tremendous impact in various aspects. As an effort to prevent COVID-19, various policy restrictions on activities have been implemented and have given impacts on many fields, especially in education. Therefore, teachers should find the right method and media for teaching. The main basis is how to maximize the use of the internet in education. Google for Education is a service from Google that provides several Google products or platforms to help develop a learning process for everyone. The implementation of Google for Education helps improve the quality of education as it is free, simple, flexible, accessible, and safe. Based on the background of this study, here is the research questions. How is the implementation of Google for Education in teaching reading narrative text? And then how is the impact of Google for Education in teaching reading narrative text? And then the purpose of study is to know the implementation of Google for Education in teaching reading narrative text, and then to reveal the impact of Google for Education in teaching reading narrative text. And then the scope and the limitation. First, focusing on the implementation of Google for Education to improve students' reading skill, and then the use of Google search engine, Google Classroom, Google Drive, and YouTube. And then the research also focused on teaching reading narrative text based on the basic competence 3.8 grade 10 senior high school, and then focus on the impact of Google for Education in teaching reading narrative text. The use of study are to increase the knowledge about the advantages and disadvantages of various teaching methods and platform, and to overcome difficulties in learning English, especially reading narrative text, and to improve the quality of teaching learning process. The definition of key terms. Online learning is having an education or teaching and learning process that takes place by using the internet. And then the Google for Education is service from Google that provides several Google products or platforms to help develop a learning process for everyone. A reading skill is the ability individual to read, comprehend, and interpret written words. And then digital literacy is the ability to find, evaluate, utilize, share, and create content using information technologies and the internet. Narrative text is a text that tells interesting story to amuse or entertain the reader. And here's the chapter 2 review of related literature. Online learning is a collection of learning activities that is held by practitioners and scholars in a distance education. As students progress to higher classes in school, they seek more autonomy and intellectual freedom. Online learning can help them pursue highly individualized learning programs, possibly even college level course. And the disadvantages is students may not adapt the use of online learning, and it can be affected their learning result of collaborative assessment form. And the next is teaching reading. In learning English, there are several aspects to be studied. These aspects are listening, speaking, reading, writing, and grammar. Reading fluency is an essential element of every reading program, especially for students who have struggled in reading. And then reading can help to improve students' vocabulary, fluency, other language skills such as speaking and writing, and to master the target language. Numerous studies have shown that most EFL students often have difficulties in comprehending English text. And as I mentioned before, Google for Education is a service from Google that provides several Google products or platforms to help develop a learning process for everyone. And Google Classroom is one of the part of Google for Education. It's suite of productivity applications for teachers and students in learning and online collaboration. Some of the main strengths of Google Classroom are time saving and organizational features that are easy to use and very simple. And in addition, using YouTube clips or as a new method for teaching English language uh, is a relatively simple strategy to create relevant and specific teaching materials. And the last chapter is research method. This research uses descriptive qualitative method, and the data research is the English teacher itself, and then a class of 10 grade students were subjects of this research. This research was conducted at SMAN 2 Karangan Trenggalek, East Java. And the data collection techniques in this research employ observation, implementation, interview, and documentation. And the data analysis, descriptive data analysis techniques was carried out in several steps, which are observation and interview. All right, that's it. My explanation. Thank you so much.